This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You don't owe everyone your time, and that's okay. This is Woken Red Pill here, brand new video, brand new topic. For today, guys, feel free to follow my channel, like the video, share the video. Let me know what your thoughts are. All is welcome, and as always, God bless. So, I haven't made any vlog or any videos lately due to my work schedule. A lot of things has been very, very, very busy aside from YouTube. And all jokes aside, life is hard. As you get older, life gets harder. And what I mean by life getting harder is that you have priorities that has to be met, because no one's going to make it for you once you leave your parents' home and you're in the real world. Because if you fail yourself. If you don't got a family or anything like that, you don't got much to worry about. But if you have family, like kids, girlfriend, wife, whatever, then you're failing them as well for failing yourself even more. Because when it comes out to cases where people depend on you, you have more stress added, especially if the people that's depending on you heavily, they have nothing to offer. They're not helping you, especially if they have the body and functions to be able to take care of themselves. And what I mean by this is that if you have any children who are grown adults, right, and they could take care of themselves, but you're still taking care of them, that's a perfect example. A lot of parents will feel frustrated and annoyed taking care of their grown behind children, because they're adults, they're accountable for their own actions, and you don't owe them anything. If they need the help, they need the help. But if they're capable of working for themselves, they have 2 legs, arms, feet, eyes, they could speak proper, they could be on their way, they're legally of age to be able to do whatever they want, then there's no excuses, okay? A lot of the times, a lot of parents create these type of children that are very entitled, arrogant, lazy, and in a lot of cases, it's the truth. This is today's America in 2020. Now, from the title of the video with "You don't owe everyone your time, and that's okay," it's the truth. The world today in 2020 is completely different from the past. I remember growing up. I'm not trying to sound like I'm old. I'm from the early 90s. I remember growing up. Things were more chill, it was more cool, it was awesome, people were more social. Now I notice the difference in the transition. It's actually scary. And I don't want to feel like I'm one of those entitled people that you must talk to me, you must follow my rules. The world is not going to follow your rules, and the world is not going to bend backwards for you. In reality, the red pill truth, everybody is different, and a lot of people in general does not have to care or owe you anything. They don't owe you their time. Women in general doesn't owe you their time. Men in general doesn't owe you their time. For any ladies that's watching this, we already know for facts in any given situation, we don't even owe anybody else's time either. We don't owe anybody else's, we don't owe anyone else our time to begin with. And we know that deep down for a fact that we would not want anybody to mess around and ruin and waste our time. I've had people wasted my time countless times. It's not only about relationships, it could be friendships, it could be acquaintances, it could be a stranger, it could be a coworker, a colleague, anybody, any situation. There's a lot of people that will be looking out to be time leechers or time leech. It's a term that I came up with. People who leeches away your time, like bats. They're out to get you. And when you're a target, that's when you know that you're the prey and they're the hunter. You don't want to be hunted by the hunter. You want to escape from the hunter or have a guard. Be like a lion. Say, hey, I'm not about that life. Go ruin someone else's life or waste someone else's time. Time is like money. There's value that you're putting down with your time. It's limited. And the reason why I say it's limited is many people can care less about that until tomorrow you're 50, 60, or 70 years old. We're all getting there in age in the end of the day, whether people want to accept that or not. People could say, oh, if you're in your early 20s or your late 20s, you're old. And when they hit that age, they actually realize, wow, this is reality. I have to be responsible for my own actions, my bills, and my priorities. Mommy and daddy's not going to always take care of you. And our moms and dads, they don't owe us their own time. They did their job. And at the end of the day, I get it. A lot of people did not ask to be here. Okay? I have kids. I wanted to have kids. People could have their own beliefs to leave a legacy behind. They want their fortunes to go to their children. They want to go to the right hands. They want things to continue. They want life to continue the right way. To leave something. And that's okay. That's not an issue. The only issue is when people are entitled to believe that you owe them your time, that you owe them something. We have those entitled people that would use anything against you, all the things that they did, all the things that they said that they would do for you. They would bring up the time where I saved your behind when you got jumped, and they try to ruin your life, and now you're stuck giving those people priorities depending on the situation. Or you could just block them and leave them alone altogether. Okay? You don't owe everyone your time, and that's okay. It's okay. Don't feel obligated to owe somebody if they say that you owe them. Everything is supposed to be genuine. That's the problem with America today. A lot of people are very, very, very selfish. A lot of people doesn't know how to give anymore. They want to take to make themselves feel good. And I blame a lot of men for letting women be this way. And not all women, but a lot of women in this generation, a lot of young women has this mindset. It's scary. A lot of the older generations, the time where my parents grew up from, they didn't really care about that. They didn't have those accessories, Gucci, name brands and stuff like that, right? But in the time that we're in 2020, in my early 20s, or my late 20s, all the people around my age group, a lot of them are very superficial, very selfish, egotistical, and arrogant. They're very ignorant, especially the women. Everyone feels like I could just replace you within a heartbeat. And in most cases, it is easier for women to get by and get what they want. They know this. But it's a matter of time if you have respect for yourself or not with who you give your time to, because once you give that time away, you can't get it back. It's just like money. Except with time, your time is gone. Money you can always get back and replace. Money is always replaceable. If you have $400, you wasted it at a strip club or a bar or something, right? You can always get it back in the next week, depending on your job, what you do. You can always get that money back. It's replaceable. Your life is not replaceable. Your time can't be replaced. Your time is efficient. It's precious. It's like gold. It's more precious than that. It has value, just like anybody else's time. But a lot of people does not understand that value. If majority of people, especially men in the dating scene, if majority of them knew how much value Was their time? A lot of them will not be wasting their time on dating apps. A lot of them will probably be going straight to the point with women. And a lot of people will be disappointed, but they will also know that, hey, thank God it didn't go as far as it did, and I did not allow it to go as far as it did. You are to blame for your own actions on the things that you also allow, okay? You cannot always blame someone else for your own actions. This girl played me, she cheated on me. Cheating is different. But for the things, the money that you spent on this person, and you barely knew them, that's your fault. Okay? That's your fault. A lot of people doesn't owe you their time. You don't owe anybody else your time like that either. You're not obligated that you gotta pay someone back. It just gotta be natural. That, yeah, I remember this guy did this for me. They didn't brag about it. They didn't say, oh, I did this and that for my brother or my little cousin. They didn't brag about it to anybody else. They let it be known like, I just did it. I didn't brag about it. I didn't tell other people. I just naturally gave my little brother or sister or my girlfriend or wife a gift. And that is mainly my time. Physical gifts, things that we would want, and things that we would need, whatever it is, it makes us happy, have a lot of joy. Thoughts for the person, right? And at the end of the day, many people does not care about that. They want more than that. Your time. For all the superficial, ignorant people who are shallow, you don't owe them their time. Especially if they feel entitled to it. If they're like brats, they're stressing you out all the time. You know what a garbage can is. You know how to get rid of people. It's just a lot of people are so used to that type of attention, they're trading their own happiness and money for that type of attention, and they know how shallow and how dark it is. And a lot of people are very, very, very lost in fear, thinking that, well, if I lose this friendship, or if my wife leaves me, even though I know he's a gold digger, or no, even though I know she's a gold digger, I don't want to be alone. There's a lot of men that thinks like that. And the reason why I'm bringing up men is because there's a lot of male issues in America. Women gets handouts all the time. But in most cases with men, let's be real, it's not the case. People just gotta be honest. I need to prioritize my time a lot better and choose wisely on who I spend my time with. And you can't have any moments where you don't even catch yourself when you're complaining that this girl flaked on me, or my ex left me, or this girl didn't get me back, didn't call me back, or my friend didn't hit me up. A lot of people doesn't always have to be obligated from the times when you need them to or when you want them to. It has to be natural. They have to want to do those things, not force, not having to obey your rules. The world is not going to bend over backwards. A lot of people should think that this way is going to be their way, but at the end of the day, it makes you look like a controlling person, and that turns off a lot of people. The world doesn't owe you their time, and not everyone is going to feel like they owe you their time, and that's okay. I have accepted that a long time ago, and I'm stress-free about that. Whenever someone says, hey, I can't make it, or my wife would change her mind on something, hey, it's okay. I have other things I could do to keep me busy. A lot of people that feels like that, they don't got much going on for their lives, so then they get bitter and complain, and they get hurt because their time, they think that their time is all about the person that they're with or the person that they're dating. And I feel like a lot of men are very weak in this generation because of that. They're chasing vagina too much. They're not worrying about the books. They're not worrying about a career. They're not worrying about getting a home, building a business, building a brand. They're not worried about none of that. A lot of them are stuck on women. People has to prioritize their times better, because by the time you know it, if you're in your 20s right now and you're 40 and 50 and you're still chasing women down, then that's your fault that you wasted your time and your money, okay? People just gotta be honest with themselves. Time is valuable. You don't owe everyone your time, and that's okay. And also, a lot of women in this world doesn't owe a lot of men's time either. Put yourself first as well as God, because for God always comes first before yourself. Okay? Without God, life wouldn't be here. That's just my belief, and that's just me. This is Woken Air Player. Peace out. Let me know what you think, guys. And God bless.